Our first referee, Herbert Matematico, Asian International Referee. Our second referee is Bobby Celso, National Referee. And now let's meet the starters first for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Center from Adamson University, number 7, team captain Louis Romero. Outside spiker also from Adamson, number 4, Kate Santiago. Middle blocker from Adamson, number 8, Riza Cruz. Opposite hitter also from Adamson, number 12, Trisha Tubu. Middle blocker from Adamson, number 13, April Tagsip. Outside spiker from the Ateneo de Manila University, number 15, Pia Ildefonso. Starting libero from the College of St. Benilde, number 2, Kay Lazo. The head coach for Farm Fresh is Jerry Yee. And now the starters for the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. Middle blocker from De La Salle University, number 2, team captain Abby Maranyo. Center also from La Salle, number 1, Mars Alba. Opposite hitter from the National University, number 3, Ivy Laxina. Outside spiker from La Salle, number 4, Ara Galal. Outside spiker also from La Salle, number 8, Jolina De La Cruz. Middle blocker from the University of the Philippines, number 13, Ethan Arce. Starting libero from La Salle, number 5, Don Macandili Katindig. Head coach for F2 is Regine Diego. This game is held under the supervision and regulation of the Games and Amusements Board. It is Farm Fresh versus F2. This is the PBL, the heart of volleyball.
Here are your starters. Start a new way to watch the PVL via the Pilipinas Live app for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. You take a look at the starters for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Para kay Coach Jerry and para naman for the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. Mars Alba gets the starting nod as the setter para sa koponan nitong si Coach Regine Diego. And also, good to see Don Macandili Katindig seeing action here. We know she went down in that last game against Petrogas. I think sort of had an uneasy feeling on her knee. Hindi na siya nakabalik doon after heading out in set number 2. But here she is starting for F2. And we thank you all for joining us for our coverage here on Pilipinas Live, One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco with Ayel Estraniero and Sam Corrales, your broadcast team, for your second match of this Tuesday triple header. Pia Ildefonso also starting for Farm Fresh. She had that breakout game last time around, Ayel.
Exactly. Pia Ildefonso had that breakout game against the Creamline Cool Smashers. In the Farm Fresh side, we're seeing the core of the Adamson team, but with the addition of Pia Ildefonso there.
That's 2 quick points for F2. Ethan Arce is starting as the middle blocker for F2. We know that Majoy Baron sat out last game due to back spasms. We'll see if she will be a game time decision for Coach Reg. So, a quick challenge here for Coach Jerry. Block touch ang kanyang hinihingi.
An early challenge for the Farm Fresh Foxies. Again, for both teams, this game is very important. We've mentioned it earlier. It's not just about the win. It's a matter of gaining that confidence because we're already heading towards the middle of the preliminary round.
Yep, there is a block touch. So point stands for F2 and Ethan Arce gets her first point on her starting job.
Ethan Arce, one of the additions for the F2 Logistics this conference.
Last game, si Joy Dacoron yung nag-start for the Cargo Movers. So, a bit of a change for Coach Reg. Back set to Laxina. Tubu was there for the pickup. Romero chooses Ildefonso. Oh, unable to get a hold of that as we send this to Sam Corrales for the report. Sam.
Now, as we saw just a few moments ago, getting her first point as a starter is Ethan Arce of the F2 Logistics. She's starting for the first time for this team, and back in the dugout when she was warming up, she told me that she is very excited to play alongside the veterans. Now, her role today will be communicating well with her teammates. She also believes it's an advantage that she went up against these former Falcons back during her time in UP, and she knows their tendencies, but of course, she's ready to adjust. Jolina De La Cruz also gave her some advice, and that is, huwag kabahan, gawin mo lang ang best mo since sama-sama tayo sa loob. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos a month. Back to you, the panel.
Thank you, Sam, for that report. Well, Ethan Arce, a lot is asked of her, especially that Majoy Baron will be coming off or is on the bench right now for F2. But that could be of advantage to her, knowing that she faced these players back in college.
Still, again, you mentioned there's a pressure on her side because F2 also is known as a good blocking team, and that's the main job also of the middle blocker. So a lot of pressure she really needs to step up today, as they are playing against Farm Fresh, who's also offensively a very dangerous team. A lot of double-digit scorer on their side.
So it is a floor touch. And an unsuccessful challenge for the F2 Logistics. That's going to be the first point for Farm Fresh. And Romero will be the one to serve. Alba upset to Laxina. Santiago's there, Romero. Oh, Ildefonso gets her first point of the match.
Ildefonso has been trying to go cross-court a couple of sequences already. This time, successful on her end.
What have we seen, Ael, in the games of Farm Fresh? Again, we mentioned at the top of the coverage, 0 and 6 as De La Cruz sends that in. Wala pa silang panalo, but their games, they're showing a lot of promise in their matches.
No, exactly. They're a young team, but then there's a lot of potential, as you mentioned. But it's just a matter of consistency for them because, Farm Fresh Foxes, they're a team who finds their flow right away. They have their rhythm, they have their chemistry, but it's just a matter of, staying consistent and having that last push towards the end of the set. As Trisha Tubo hammers that ball, cross-court attack for her, a lot of space for that cross-court attack.
As you were saying, they're getting their games in, their reps in. Trisha Tubo, despite not having a win here in the tournament, is the #1 scorer in the league.
Just shows how much these Foxes rely on Trisha Tubo in terms of scoring.
101 points, make that 102 after that one. Santiago flat on the attack. Galang with a chance to answer, but rejected by the Foxies.
Back-to-back points for Trisha Tubo. Trisha Tubo is not just a scoring machine, but defensively also because of her leaping ability, that vertical jump. She's a very steady on that net defense as well.
That's going to be fun to watch this Farm Fresh squad. Laxina. Romero back sets to Tubo. Ivy was there. Galang, the off speed does not work. Oh, Santiago able to get that in.
So far here, Farm Fresh gaining some good momentum.
Ito namang F2 Logistics, let's talk about them. They're hampered by a couple of injuries, right? But how do you see their conference so far? They lost their first one in 5 sets versus Akari. Won back-to-back games and then lost against Petrogas.
Well, for them, again, we've mentioned it earlier, they're having a CISO conference. They're struggling to find their consistency. And this game is going to be very important, especially for their confidence, as their remaining games are games against higher-ranked teams.
Medyo may challenge din for Coach Reg to shuffle her players. Diba? Kasi hindi lahat available on her team. Trying to figure out which players play best together. Meanwhile, Laxina will attack. Katindig. And again, sent back by the Foxies.
Ivy Laxina Well read there by the blockers of the Foxies. It's a 5-0 run.
So after those 2 quick points by F2 Logistics, or 3 rather, Farm Fresh able to go on a 5-0 run. That was a good serve and an ace for Pia Ildefonso.
A lot of speed in that serve of Ildefonso, targeting Aragalang there. Aragalang out of position.
And timeout will be called by F2.
Pwedeng umatake ng may doubt, kailangan hampasin natin or drop mo ba, o di mauna ka, hindi pwedeng pababa ka na, ibig sabihin nagdalawang isip ka. Okay? Huwag tayo lang Julie sa set, gawa ng paraan. Set mo kay Ara may T-Reg, kay Ivy, yung gusto niya. Yun lang. Magpa-play ka para hindi basang-basa. Tuloy-tuloy, mag-F2!
No, Coach Reg there, technical timeout, a very technical timeout. Some offensive instructions also. Huwag mapili sa sets because right now, the Foxies are finding ways to slow them down. They need to find a way to get their offense going here. Talking about the F2 Logistics.
Oh. Na ibalik lang yung ace a while ago ni Ildefonso as she sends that out. But again, mentioned to us by Sam a while ago at the top of the coverage, itong F2, their game plan here is because they know that Farm Fresh is a very young team. Kailangan nila makipagsabayan.
They really need to play with their maturity and experience.
5-8 and an ace for Ethan Arce.
Ethan Arce, also known as a lethal server during her UAAP days. A great serve for her there, targeting Kiara Cruz, the starting libero of the Foxies.
Romero backs it to Tubu. Trisha tried to find the spot, but nobody touched it on the side of the yellow shirts.
A tough set there from Romero going to Tubu, trying to outsmart Aragalang there, using her hands. Too much angle for Tubu.
So it's down to a 1-point lead. Arce continues to serve. Cruz with a good pickup. Santiago with the attack. Galang on the first touch.
Aragalang taking advantage of that overpass. Didn't wait to get that ball. Great way to slow down in Aragalang. Targeting zone 5 there. No one on the side of the Foxies.
Just like that, we are tied at 8-all. Another good serve for Arce and a chance here for F2. Free ball given up. Alba goes middle. Naibalik. Laksina will send it over. Pia. Louis to Kate. And down it goes for Kate Santiago.
Kate Santiago, the big support of Trisha Tubu in terms of scoring. Now, Ivy Laksina mentioned it earlier in the pre-game that it's very difficult to guard Kate Santiago because she's a lefty and she's also a power hitter.
Right.
So big advantage on her end there.
2 southpaws on the part of Farm Fresh, who are leading the way for the Foxies. Good coverage by Katindig. It's back with the Foxies. Alba back sets to Laksina. And I was actually waiting for that. I saw that the net moved. Finally, F2 going for that challenge. And asking for a net touch. Because the ball was way above the net.
Exactly.
So someone might have touched it. Right now, it's 9-8 in favor of Farm Fresh.
No, both teams really trying to play good defense here. It's just a matter of them converting points, especially on the side of the F2 Logistics.
First time they faced each other was back in the last Invitational Conference. That was Farm Fresh's debut in the Premier Volleyball League. They lost in straight sets versus F2, but it was a tight one. Although the core is pretty much there for both squads. hinahanap pa rin talaga ng Foxies. No? 0-5 in that Invitational. 0-6 right now.
Oh, exactly. Still winless. No, in their campaign here in the PVL so far, they would put pressure on the teams that they play against. They would challenge them. But again, we've said it a lot. It's a matter of really ending strong for them and staying consistent.
Yeah. And they're halfway through the conference. They're the team with the most games played so far. More than halfway actually, dahil 11 games lang per team. I think they're trying to see if aabot pa kasi I think you really have to challenge right away. That's what they're trying to figure out here. So once you see the play happen, dapat buzzer na agad, diba?
Exactly.
Whether it's a net fault or a floor touch.
But on our end, it was very clear that someone actually touched the net. But the question is,
Oh, there you
who
go.
actually touched the net?
It was actually F2 pa. That was Alba, I believe.
Looks like it was Alba who scraped the net.
The challenge is unsuccessful. F2 Logistics.
So 2 unsuccessful challenges for F2. Means they have nothing left here for the first set and a 2-point lead for Farm Fresh. And that could be huge kasi wala na rin timeout si Coach Reg. Galang. Romero, back sets. Tubo on the attack. Short.
Too low of a contact there by Trisha Tubu. Louis Romero going a lot to Trisha Tubu so far in this game. Really trying to activate the top scorer of the Foxies.
9 serving 10. It's Laxina on deck. Cruz bumps it. It's a free ball given up. Alba chooses Maraño. The running spike. Pancake save for Cruz. Play continues. Back to Abby, but that is wide.
No, for the F2 Logistics, they've been getting a couple of chance balls already, but they're not able to maximize it. There's another attack error there.
That is our colleague, Billy Capistrano, who just hosted the fan stream a while ago, if you caught that. The game between Chocomucho and Next Led Chameleons. And player of the game, Dina Wong, also joined them on set. And that's what Pilipinas Live can bring you, no? Yung mga after the game scenes, you can still catch your favorite players.
And also not too technical about the volleyball. It's just a way to watch volleyball in a very relaxed way.
Right. Fun lang. Galang. Cross-court hit and a point for F2.
A cleaner hit this time from the F2 Logistics. Ara Galang going cross-court, avoiding the blockers there. Oh, perfect spot for her.
She also has to carry a significant amount of load for F2 because we know Myla Pablo is also hurting.
That's right.
That was a good dig by Galang. Back with Farm Fresh. Santiago, the drop this time. Saved by De La Cruz. Alba extending. Santiago again. Setback.
That was well read by Mars Alba. Anticipated that well. Santiago going down the line, avoiding Abby Maraño, the taller blocker.
Ibay nung depensa ng F2 in that sequence.
And that's one of the strengths of F2 also, their blocking. They're currently number 3 in blocking overall as a team.
Romero goes back to Santiago. Chance for F2. Alba goes to Maraño. Ivy for the coverage. They transfer it to the other side. De La Cruz. Mataas yung bola ni Cruz. Kate. And that's outside. Point off the block.
A long rally there Both teams showing good endurance.
And we reach the technical timeout. Farm Fresh up by 2. Experience a new way to feel the heart of volleyball. Watch every set, spike, dig, and block. Live in HD and on demand anytime, anywhere, and on any device via Pilipinas Live app. Download and register now. This is what we were saying kami ni Aiel. No? If you haven't yet, check out Pilipinas Live where you can choose from different ways to watch. Whether if you want to listen to us, pwede rin naman. Or mas gusto niyo makinig sa fan stream, okay lang din. As long as you're catching it on Pilipinas Live. Meanwhile, Farm Fresh Foxies looking good here on the first set.
The Foxies are showing that they're taking control of this first set, even though we're seeing a seesaw battle. But offensively, Farm Fresh looking better.
No whistle yet for medyo nagmamadali si Kate Santiago. They're still clarifying. Coach Jerry.
You know, but that's a strategy of the Foxies. A lot of them, pag whistle, serve agad.
Serve agad. How does that help? Kasi yung defense di pa masyadong nakaset up.
Because you actually have 8 seconds to serve. So you also play against the anticipation of your receivers. But this time, De La Cruz using the hands of Romero to get that point.
Kasi yung mga on the receiving end, they might think you're gonna use up the clock. And that one into the stands. Trisha Tubu getting another point.
Faster transition on the side of the Foxies. It's very clear Romero really trying to use up Tubu in this game. Tubu also giving justice to the sets of Romero.
Cruz with a serve. Alba to Arce. Santiago for the dig. Chance for F2. Alba goes back to Arce and she scores.
Ethan Arce with that be quick, perfect set from Mars Alba. Both players showing good connection here.
You can see how she is enjoying her playing time here.
Also in that sequence, she really angled her attack very well, avoiding the blocker in front of her.
13-14, Romero with a set. That one saved by De La Cruz. Romero. The running spike from Tagsip does not work. Katinding to De La Cruz. And Jolina scores.
Jolina De La Cruz, again, one of the consistent attackers on the side of F2 Logistics. Taking advantage of that loose block of Tagsip. No coverage on the side of the Foxies.
Tied game, 14-all here in set number 1. And an ace.
Miscue there between Tubu and Kate Santiago. They've been targeting Kiara Cruz of the Foxies. Both players letting that second ball go.
I think Tubu wanted to set up for her attack. And now F2 retakes the lead. They make it 2 after that block point.
Ivy Laxina and Ethan Arce towering Ildefonso. Ildefonso trying to go cross-court, but no gaps in those blocks.
Read perfectly by Ivy Laxina. And F2 all of a sudden building a 2-point lead. Which is why Coach Jerry inserts Eliza Bertolano. Serves have been good for F2. And they try to capitalize. Dug up by Lazo. It's back with the yellow shirts. Medyo natawa doon si Alba sa ginawa niya. This one, her forte. Romero goes back. Uy!
That was too short for Tagsip. Contact also was low. We've talked about this. Farm Fresh Foxies, they would gain momentum, but it's really a matter of sustaining that momentum on their end.
You like it when the players have those light moments inside the court, no? Goes to show na they're human too, despite how amazing athletes they are.
A power hit this time from Trisha Tubo. A lot of power in that attack.
Serving for Farfetch, Louis Romero.
Ooh, Laxina.
And with that great pass, Mars Alba, with that combination play, great decision making there.
18 serving 15.
This is the biggest lead of F2 so far. A while ago, they were down by 4, but keeping composed. 18-15. And another ace for F2, this time courtesy of De La Cruz.
You know, F2 has been targeting the liberos of the Foxies.
And this prompts Coach Jerry to call for time. Watch men's volleyball action this 2023 as the Spiker Surf Invitational Conference gets going every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday on One Sports, One Sports Plus, and Pilipinas Live. 4-point lead for F2 on that 7-1 run.
And again, F2 Logistics, they've been targeting the liberos. Not very alarming because the liberos are supposed to be the best receivers and diggers.
Laxina. Lazo on the bump. Bertolano unable to get it for Farm Fresh. De La Cruz. It's still good. Alba. Back sets. Laxina. Play continues. Romero back sets. Tubu. And that one is a point off the block.
No, Aragalang was in the perfect spot to actually block that ball, but Trisha Tubo really angling that attack, trying to go to that block touch.
That was a much-needed point for Farm Fresh. We're now down by 3. Alba, inangat kay Galang, popped up by Lazo. Tubo again. Katindig with a save, but nobody home after that touch.
Katindig with an excellent coverage, with an excellent dig there. But no second touch again on the side of F2 Logistics. Great reaction there by Don Macandili Katindig.
Yung mga nakakapanghinayang, no? Because you get the first touch, you're able to save it, but then the play stops after that, and an ace for Bertolano cuts the lead down to 1.
Bertolano with her classic jump serve, targeting zone 5. A great spot for her.
don't see that too often na malagpasan ng bola si Don Makandili Katindig. Oh, this time it's outside for Bertolano.
20 serving 18.
Oh, Bertolano trying to go to the corner. Too much power for her.
Now serving Eva Arce.
F2 first to the 20-point mark. And Arce will be the one to serve. She already has an ace in this game. Good dig by De La Cruz. Galang. Straight to Lazo. Tubu on the approach. And the point.
Oh, Trisha Tubu can really be dangerous whenever she's in the front row. It was Maranyo and Galang trying to slow her down, but a great set from Romero there. A lot of space for the down-the-line attack.
Justin Dorog also seeing action for the first time. Maranyo gets the point back immediately for F2.
Abby Maranyo going for the hands of Cruz. Really trying to power through that block.
And after that point by Maranyo, Shola Alvarez entering the game to replace Ivy Laxina. Two-point lead for F2 here in the first set. Tubu again, and why not?
Trisha Tubu, the scoring machine of the Foxies.
20 serving 21.
Again and again, contributing points for her team.
She'll have to work from the back row this time. Galang. Naiangat ni Bertolano. Santiago on the drop. Still alive. Romero on the coverage. Santiago again, and it works.
It has been the wing spikers, the wing attackers of the Foxies. Again, Trisha Tubu and Kate Santiago.
We are at our fourth deadlock. In the first set, 21 all. Chance here for Farm Fresh. Tubu from the back. Saved by F2. Another one for the Foxies. Santiago. De La Cruz able to keep it alive. Third try. Still not dropping, and Galang finds the spot.
Steady defense works for F2 Logistics there. We've seen a lot of power attacks from the Foxies, but they stayed patient. Ara Galang with a classic cross-court attack, avoiding the blockers.
Credit that to the hustle of F2. Otherwise, that would have been a 4-point turnaround for Farm Fresh. Santiago continues to help out Tubu on the scoring department.
Romero going faster with that set in the second attempt of Kate Santiago. No, the speed of setting of Romero really challenging the defense of F2 Logistics here.
Maranyo can do it too.
But F2 Logistics has their own version. Mars Alba connecting well with Abby Maranyo with that running attack.
This is an intense set number one back and forth action.
No, both teams showing that they already found their flow here.
And an ace for Chang Abby.
Now, a very timely service ace for F2 Logistics to get them into set point here, targeting the #1 receiver on the side of the Foxies in Kate Santiago.
And guess what? That was the 4th ace of F2 in this set. Cargo movers at set point. Bertolano. Chance for F2. Arce straight to Santiago. Bertolano again, and it drops.
Oh, Bertolano not in the best position to go to the cross-court attack. but still works for them, maximizing that loose block of Ethan Arce.
So can Farm Fresh extend this set? It's in the hands of Riza Cruz. Good serve. Romero chooses Bertolano again. And able to save that set point.
Oh, back-to-back points for Bertolano. Quality minutes here for her.
This is what we were saying, Aiel. It was a close one in their first encounter back in the Invitational Conference. 24 all, De La Cruz. Romero goes back to Bertolano. Naubusan na. F2. Romero saves. Alba on the spike, but it's wide.
Crucial error there on the side of Mars Alba. She had the great opportunity to score that point. It was an overpass.
3 straight points for Farm Fresh to take the lead, and now they are at set point. Alba, De La Cruz. Alvarez goes back, and De La Cruz saves another point.
De La Cruz asking for it again. This time using the hands of Romero to score a point, outsmarting the blockers there. Oh, smart move for De La Cruz.
Ivy Laxina checks back in, replacing Shola Alvarez.
F2 right now with a complete front row. Meanwhile, Farm Fresh with only 2 spikers in their front row.
Romero to Bertolana, who has been hot at the latter part of set number 1.
Oh, Bertolano giving big points to Farm Fresh Foxies. Again, it has been Bertolano towards the end stretch of the set.
Alba, upset, De La Cruz. No. Romero to Tubu. That's outside.
No, it was a chance for Farm Fresh to get this set, but too much angle for Trisha Tubu. May konting gigil na.
Oo, gusto na matapos, but another extension here. The opening set, by the way, simula pa lang ito ng laban between Farm Fresh and F2. Romero to Bertolano, denied by Ethan Arce.
Oh, Bertolano read well by her college teammate Ethan Arce with that combination play. Oh, perfect angle to guard for Ethan Arce.
Akin na yan kasi kilala ko yan eh. I was trained with her back in college. And it's time for me to stop her. It's a 1-point lead for F2. And another set point. Romero goes to Tubu. Oh, an error for Trisha Tubu. And set number 1 goes to F2 Logistics.
Oh, it was anybody's set. Both teams finding their flow towards the end, but it was really the crucial errors for the Farm Fresh Foxies.
And the Cargo Movers take this one over the Foxies, 28-26.
Jump.
New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. Set number 2 just finished. It was an extension right away, AL 28-26 over the Farm Fresh Foxies. What did we see there in our opening set?
So the start of the set was a bit tight. Both teams trying to find their flow. They started slow, but towards the middle of the set, the F2 Logistics found their rhythm. They had really steady defense. The Foxies tried to challenge their steady defense with their speed and power, but it wasn't enough as the F2 Logistics stayed consistent from the middle of the set towards the end of the set. And also a couple of crucial errors for the Foxies in that set point.
And these are the numbers in that set number 1. What stood out for you in these categories, Ayel?
No, clearly the Farm Fresh Foxies dominated in the attacking department. Again, they challenged that steady defense with their speed and power. 20 against 12 of the F2 Logistics. Both teams was great in blocking. They were able to slow down the leading scorers of both squads. But F2 Logistics were excellent in their service, really challenging the first ball of the Foxies and getting 4 service aces off the hands, most of it from the liberos of the Foxies. Meanwhile, Foxies with 2 service aces, and again, it was a matter of consistency on the side of the Foxies. They committed 9 errors against only the 2 of the Cargo Movers.
Right, the errors of the Foxies hurting them in that set despite a huge lead in the attacking department. And the crucial plays of F2 helped them prevail. As we welcome you all to set number 2 here on Pilipinas Live, One Sports and One Sports Plus. Lip Bianco with Ayel Estraniero calling this match, and Sam Corrales is our courtside reporter for this one. First point goes to the Foxies. Narit now on the floor for Farm Fresh. And Ildefonso also back on the court. De La Cruz able to get that through.
Oh, Fox is able to slow that down, but no coverage on their side. Again, De La Cruz here was crucial in that first set of F2 Logistics.
Tubu. Laxina goes up. And Ildefonso unable to control.
That attack was already going out, but last second decision there by PL Ildefonso.
Santiago. And down it goes for Kate Santiago.
Kate Santiago taking charge of that second touch, targeting zone 1.
Now serving Kate Santiago.
She's been very active on the attacking department. And nobody there.
The point goes to Farm Fresh.
Early miscue there on the side of F2 Logistics. Mars Alba trying to go for a combination play.
Yeah, that's happened a couple of times now for F2. Farm Fresh back with a 1-point lead. Popped up by Lazo. Same with Katindig. Laxina. Down the line, and she scores as we send this to Sam Corrales for this report. Sam?
It's been a back-and-forth affair in set 1 with Louis Romero facing former college rival Mars Alba in the setting position. Now, she describes her as an attacking setter and a blocker as well, so that is their advantage. But for Louis, after speaking to her for the second straight game, she told me that this is only a way for her to grow. Her team just has to replicate what they did in set 2 against Signal, which is getting good receives and executing them well without committing any errors. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos a month. Back to you, Dip and Ayel.
Thank you, Sam, for that report. We talked about Louis Romero and her growth here in the PVL. Only her first conference, Ayel, and I'm sure there's a lot more that we haven't seen from Louis Romero.
Exactly, and for Louis Romero, she's not just elevating her game, she also helps to elevate the game of her teammates. As we mentioned in the pregame earlier, Kate Santiago and Trisha Tubor in the top 10 of the best spikers list so far this conference.
A service error for Ethan Arce and a free point given up to the Foxies. 5-4 is the score. Laksina, naiangat ni Lazo. Ildefonso. That trickles to the side of F2. And Laksina takes care of the rest.
Laksina timing that set well. Again, taking advantage of her height and length.
Serving for F2, Ivy Laksina.
Five all is the score. Romero to the running Cruz. Free ball given up. Romero goes to Cruz once again. Medyo nabitin. And it's going to be a chance for the Cargo Movers. Maraño also unable to connect. And Cruz able to take advantage on the scramble for F2.
Both teams scrambling into the defense. But Ildefonso taking advantage of that overpass. Cruz rather taking advantage of that overpass.
Alba to the running Maraño. And this time it works.
Now Mars Alba really trying to activate the middles in the start of the second set. Kate Santiago a bit loose in that blocking.
Service ace para kay Ara Galang.
And that's one department that really worked well for them in that first set.
7-6 here in set number 2. Ara Galang is number 3 in terms of service. Santiago, meanwhile, is number 7 in terms of spiking.
Again, the advantage of the Foxes here, the reason why they can do all these combination plays, is that this is the core of the Adamson team.
Yeah.
So no question about the chemistry, the familiarity, and the connection. It's just a matter of them really staying consistent and, you know, playing with experience and getting that maturity in this conference.
Nung nabitin man yung paglaro nila for Adamson, they went here to the pros, but they're continuing that system that Coach Jerry had for them in season 85.
Exactly.
Foxy's up by 1. Maraño, they've been trying to go to that. And on the second touch, Maraño scores.
Oh, but if experience is maturity is what's lacking on the side of the Foxies,
Yeah.
it's something that is very evident on the side of F2 Logistics. A lot of veterans on their side as well.
That's what they want to capitalize on in this game. Not to allow the youngsters. And they would not like that, talking about F2 if Farm Fresh gets their first win against them.
Exactly, but talking about the youngsters, it has been the youngsters playing well on the side of F2 Logistics. Oh, Jolina De La Cruz there with a convincing block, leading that really well.
Romero had to chase. Easy pick up for Laksina. Here comes Jolina. Again, she scores.
Romero wasn't able to go back to establish that blocking. It was only Narit going for that single block against Jolina De La Cruz.
Maraño with the serve. 10-8. A good one. But overreach. Called on De La Cruz. So point goes to the Foxies. The bump to Laksina.
Oof.
Oh, Narit was not ready for that.
Narit wasn't sure whether she had to get the second ball or let Romero actually run for it. Miscue there.
Sayang yung dig ni Ildefonso. 11 serving 9. Romero upset Tubu. Check at the net. They go back to Laksina and Ivy delivers.
Tough angle there for Ivy Laksina. Sharp cross court for her. The one that is difficult to defend.
F2 doing a better job here in set number 2.
A better start for them.
And as we say that, bakit ganun? Bakit ba ganun?
There's no explanation to that, but it happens a lot of times.
Alba goes to Arce. Lazo picks it up. Here comes Ildefonso. Narit with a tip. And that's a good play, although F2 will challenge. For a net touch. But it could have been just the ball. Tignan natin based on the replay. As we listen into Coach Regis huddle with her team.
I-open nyo to, okay lang yun. Kapag naman si Kaliwete dito, tubo, ito lang yun. Kapag sumakto sa dulo. Pero pag bumitin, doon yun nilalagay. Diba? Yun lang yung ginagawa, paulit-ulit lang. Isa lang hindi natin mabasa agad. So you have to adjust agad-agad. Okay? Oo. Like yung sinari, hindi naman niya lagi pinapapalo eh. Tingnan nyo, di focus tayo dapat sa lalo. Intindihan? Hindi tayo pwedeng maunahan yan. Kailangan dire-diretso tayo. Parang kala tayo. Puro error natin yung nagpapahinto sa atin.
Kung sino yung nasa wing siya mag-guide sa back.
Okay.
Didikit lang sa inyo si Ita.
Yes.
Bigyan lang ako ha. Yung pang-3 yung talo natin.
Timing kayo kay Devon sa medyo late bang pass. Yes.
Tingnan din natin kung anong klase nyo set. Kung out of system, ano mas gusto nyo? Double lock o single lock? Out of
Okay na ako mag-block.
Sige, may time naman tumikit. Okay. Basta usap lang kayo.
Let's take a look at that net touch. Looks like it was the ball.
The challenge is unsuccessful. F2 Logistics still has one more challenge remaining in the set.
So far, the challenges haven't been going F2's way since set number 1.
No, but not a great way to take advantage of that.
Yep. And that error sends us to this technical timeout. F2 up by 2. Bingo Plus, the first live streaming bingo in the Philippines. As we have just reached this technical timeout, F2 with a 2-point advantage. Jolina De La Cruz continuing her consistent ways for F2. She's number 26 in terms of scoring here in the league. You take a look at Myla Pablo, KKD, CJ Sagau, and bihira lang natin makitang katabi nila si Coach Tay. No? And enjoying the action here inside the PhilSports Arena. Again, you're catching the action over on Pilipinas Live, One Sports and on One Sports Plus. Farm Fresh all smiles despite being down by 2. They know that they're right within the game here, Aiel, which was proven to us in set number 1.
No, and for the Foxies, and even in their previous game, regardless whether they're ahead or behind, you know, their energy, their demeanor, it's very consistent. Oh.
Almost a collision between the Foxies there. A good rejection for Narit and Tubu.
Narit guarding that cross-court attack of Aragalang. Aragalang trying to go to the same spot she was going to earlier, but Narit guarding that well.
Just a 1-point lead for F2. Alba back sets to Laksina. Ivy with the off-speed.
A smart attack there from Ivy Laksina, recognizing that the defense pattern.
Look at that.
Seeing that hole in the middle. Oh, smart move there by Ivy Laksina.
14 serving 12. Romero with the adjustment. Sent back. Galang. Had the right intention there, sumobra lang.
No, exactly. She had the right thing in mind to go to that corner spot, to go to the end line, but lack of risk action there.
Minsan kasi nauuna yung gusto mong mangyari there.
Exactly.
They go back to Ivy.
Ivy Laksina this time going down the line, going to zone 5. And so far, Mars Alba with the steady setting.
Yeah. We have yet to see her head to the bench. Romero. She sets up the play to Ildefonso. Alba goes to De La Cruz. Denied by Pia Ildefonso.
Pia Ildefonso also one of the taller players on the side of the Foxies. A great extension there to get the kill block against De La Cruz.
14 serving 15, now serving Eliza Bertolano.
Bertolano, when she was sent in the first set, had that immediate impact, almost giving Farm Fresh the set 1 win.
Exactly, quality minutes for her.
A nice save by Lazo. And Tubu takes care of the rest.
Trisha Tubu going cross-court from the back row.
Joust at the net, won by Mars Alba.
No, Alba with a one-hand joust against Kate Santiago. Showing that she has strength also on her side.
Romero goes middle. And then see Cruz. And Santiago goes down the line.
Santiago also one of the players with a lot of variety in her attacks.
Now serving Risa Cruz.
We are tied once again. It's 16-all here in set number 2. Way out for Cruz.
No, but the service errors on the side of the Foxies has been very crucial. Every time they get a chance to get that momentum, they commit an error on the service line.
That's 5 service errors now for Farm Fresh. 3 in this set. The same goes for F2. They get their 3rd service error here in this set.
Serving Louis Romero.
Alba goes to De La Cruz. 2 open.
Oh, great combination play there Ethan Arce convincing in that approach. Leaving De La Cruz with a loose block there.
How it's going, Aiel, parang dadating na naman tayo doon sa dulo, sa extension part.
Exactly.
So 1-point lead. De La Cruz, yes!
Oh, but we've talked about De La Cruz. She's been very consistent offensively and defensively.
And this will be a timeout called by Farm Fresh.
Usap kasi ba ng mga sa pamilya? Biglang ko naman Grand ka, Kate? Off lang ka? Saan ako? Hindi, ano ko lang, alalay ka lang. Kasi pag nang challenge yung 8 tsaka 1 sa kabila. Load ka lang sa 8. Load ka lang sa 8. Pasa.
Watch the PBA 3x3 second conference this year every Monday and Tuesday only on One Sports, PBA Rush and Pilipinas Live. PBA 3x3, lakas ng tatlo. Coach Jerry calling that timeout but letting the girls do the talking. Was that like how he was back then for you, Aiel, in UP?
No, exactly. It was a classic Coach Jerry timeout there. Just a chance for Foxies to regroup and restart.
Pag ganun, what does he expect of you? Talagang inihintay niya for someone to lead?
He just expects everyone to, talk what is needed to be adjust inside the court. His principle is kayo naglalaro, kayo nakakaalam kung anong kailangan i-adjust sa loob ng court.
And they responded well. Let's see if they can go back-to-back points. Tubu. Saved by Galang. That one short for De La Cruz, and we are tied once again at 19 all.
It has been the attack errors on the side of the Cargo Movers here. So chance here for the Foxies to gain some momentum.
Denied there, but kept alive by F2. Chance for Farm Fresh. Romero to Tubu on the combination, but returned to sender. Laksina. Romero to Bertolano. It's still playable. Ivy again. Not yet. Tubu. Galang with a save. And that is outside.
Oh, both teams showing great defense there. But again, it has been the attack errors on the side of F2 Logistics, and that forces Coach Regine to call this timeout.
Saan tayo maka-atake, gawa tayo ng paraan. Nanindihan? Okay? Nakikita mo yung tao siya sa nandito. Nakikita mo Ivy yung tao mo, nag-interest na wala ka sa pwesto. Pwesto tayo, okay? Kailangan, hindi sa atin namamatay yung bola. Salagayin natin, pero kailangan hindi sa atin. Okay? So magandang pasa, isang patay. May play naman tayo. Isa, hindi kayo pwede magtawag na. Error natin yan, error natin yan. Hindi yan sa hindi yan sa kalaban. Patay, puntos.
Like Ebon on your screens. Oh, Coach Regine earlier pointing out the defense pattern of F2 Logistics. But again, she also mentioned yung puntos na nakukuha ng Farm Fresh. It's actually coming from the errors of F2.
Yeah. That's right. And now Farm Fresh is on a 3-0 run. Make that 4-0 straight for the Foxies, and they're up by 2 points.
Mr. Tubu coming alive. This end stretch of the second set. Been going to the same zone, going cross-court.
That one able to be kept alive by Santiago. Bertolano with a block.
Oh, Bertolano pressing her hands in. Works well for the Foxies. Oh, great blocking there shown by Bertolano. Not the tallest of players, but timing is everything in blocking.
The scoring continues, 5-0. Make that 6-0 run. Down by 2 and now up by 4 are the Farm Fresh Foxies.
Back-to-back kill blocks for the Foxies. Great anticipation there against the offense of F2 Logistics.
Alba goes to De La Cruz. They need some answers. And De La Cruz responds.
Oh, Narit was able to slow that down, but no coverage on the side of the Foxies. Chance here for F2 Logistics to close this gap.
A while ago, it was F2 on this position of Farm Fresh. No? Sila yung lamang towards the latter part of set number 1. Tubu puts the Foxies at set point.
And Trisha Tubu right now on the front row, really deadly in that offense.
Can F2 salvage this set? They need to save 4 set points. And Dorog being inserted for serving duties. Good pass by Galang. It goes back to her. Alba. Free ball ang ibibigay ng F2. Romero. Combination. They go to Bertolano. But not just yet. Alyssa again. It's still good. Galang with a save. Laksina. Try to score off the block but just went too wide. Ito si Ivy Laksina.
Tried to contact that ball in the hands of Bertolano, but Bertolano also outsmarting Laksina in that last sequence.
And the Foxies strike back and they equalize this, but there's a challenge by F2 asking for a block touch, but based on Ivy's reaction na parang she was sure.
Tibay tayo sa...
But again, why not try?
You never know.
Medyo naka-ano na lang, basa-basa na lang yun. Alam na hindi bibigyan si middle.
No, but for the Foxies, they really got their momentum going towards, you know, the last few points of this set.
Sige lang, sige
But
lang.
F2 here,
Aralan ka konti-unti.
Malayo. Clearly, no block touch. And unsuccessful challenge. The Foxies taking set number 2, ending that one on an 8-1 run to equalize set number 3 when we return. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for as low as 149 pesos. What a run by the Foxies, Ayel, to end set number 2.
No, exactly, because F2 Logistics, they started strong. They led almost all throughout that set. But for the Foxies, that last 8 points, that last stretch of the second set, that's when they actually found their flow and they stayed consistent. F2 also helping them with a couple of attack errors. It was very important for them to gain that momentum. Both teams with the great blocking, but again, Farm Fresh Foxies stayed consistent towards that end stretch of the set.
Right, it was 19-17 in favor of F2 before the Foxies went on a tear and won that set. That block of Bertolano included, as well as Trisha Tubu playing good net defense, and also some help from their attacking, which got them that set 2 win. As we take a look at the numbers of what happened there, parang nagbaliktad, no, yung storya compared to set number 1.
Actually, a big disparity from the number of attack points of Farm Fresh from the first set. They had 20. Right now, they only had 9 against the 15 of F2 Logistics. Farm Fresh better in blocking in that second set, 4 against the 1 of the Cargo Movers. And the F2 having less service aces in the set. They only have 1. One apiece for both teams, but really what's very evident here is the 11 errors of F2 Logistics. That's 11 free points given to the Foxies, and Foxies playing more consistent in that set with only 3 errors.
Right, they were able to get that set, and we are now tied for the Foxies. The last 4 games, they've actually won at least a set, including this one. But the question is, Ayel, can they finish a game with 3 sets, diba? Kasi nakukuha nila yung mga isang set, but at the latter part of the match, biglang bumibitaw na kinakapos itong Farm Fresh Foxies.
That has been the biggest question on their end, whether they can sustain, whether they can maintain that momentum. They have a big chance here, but you know, F2 will not go down with the fight.
Yeah,
as they started strong in that second set, but for them, just really unfortunate to commit most of that errors in that end stretch of the second set.
We've seen what Farm Fresh can do, but we're all still waiting for them to get their first win here in the Premier Volleyball League. I'm sure they can't wait. So we are moments away from beginning the third set of this match. Thank you all for joining us here on Pilipinas Live. One Sports and One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco with Ayel Estranero on call, and Sam Corrales is our courtside reporter. Trisha Tubu starts.
Trisha Tubu is really growing to be a deadly, dangerous attacker here in the Pro League. You know, being a lefty opposite. And we know a lot of lefty opposite also as really have had a great career here in the pros. You have Isa Maiso Pontillas, you have Jovelyn Gonzaga. And, right now, Trisha Tubu growing to be like them also.
She wants to join that elite club, and she's not far from doing so if she continues this level of play here in the pros. Romero goes middle. And I believe that's the 3rd point of Tagsip in this match, as we send this to Sam Corrales for this report. Sam?
Jolina De La Cruz admitted to me before this game that at this point, she does feel pressure dahil sanay daw siyang manalo. Now facing former college rivals, Joss told me that she is expecting hard and fast plays from this Adamson core. As you mentioned, Ayel, now she's been stepping up big for F2. So Coach Reg also told me that this is expected of her. But of course, she cannot be stuck in college. She has to grow as well. So let's see if Joss can continue to shine and hopefully lift F2 past a hungry Farm Fresh squad today. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos a month. Back to you, Dip and Ayel.
Thank you, Sam, for that report. De La Cruz has had some great battles with Adamson in the past couple of seasons. And she doesn't want to go home without a win against them.
Exactly, and right now she's the one leading her team, not just in scoring, but also being a very vocal leader inside the court.
So 1-point lead for F2 after that rejection by Ivy Lacsina. So far, Ildefonsa has been checked. Arce with a serve. Oh, that drops right in as Kiara Cruz apologizes for that poor read.
Now Cruz letting that go in the last second. It looked like it was gonna go out, but it just dropped right on the line.
Barely above her shoulders din kasi. Santiago, pipe attack. Galang. Cruz. And there was a whistle. And a point for F2.
So this is how F2 Logistics started in the second set. As we've mentioned earlier, they controlled the game. They led almost all throughout the set. But it took time for the Foxies to actually gain their momentum and gain their flow.
Net violation called on Farm Fresh. That was Tubu grazing the net. Oh, what an attack for Trisha Tubu. Hindi niya kailangan ng buwelo eh, no? Just can go up there and elevate.
Exactly. Her leaping ability is one of her greatest advantage here.
Straight to Tubu. Santiago from the back. Katindig bumps it. Lacsina with the approach. Ildefonso attacks. Alba saves. It's kept alive. Romero looks ahead. And Cruz finds the spot.
Romero this time going to Cruz with a running attack. Really trying to create gaps in that blocking formation of F2 Logistics.
Alba ups it to Galang. And again, that drops for Ara Galang.
Ara Galang has been going long in this game, really not forcing those sharp attacks, just really putting the right amount of speed to get the ball in.
Six serving for Ivy Lacsina already with 11 points on 9 attacks and an ace for Ivy Lacsina.
Cleaner attack, serve rather, from Ivy Lacsina. F2 Logistics really using their service as a form of attack.
They are number 4 in the league in this second All-Filipino Conference. In that department, Maraño had to extend. Ildefonso will give up a free ball. Alba goes back to Abby. Trisha gets out of the way. It's back with the yellow shirts. Alba this time goes to Galang. Lazo for the pickup. Middle attack does not work for Cruz. Muntik pa. It's still good. Long rally. Who will get the point? Ildefonso. Lacsina with a save. Galang. Not yet. Tubu. No. Excellent defense for both of these teams. Look at the hustle. Oh. And it ends with that attack error of Ildefonso.
Well, both teams really steady in their floor defense. We saw a lot of great exchanges there. Both setters also great playmaking, but Ildefonso ending that with an attack error.
Yeah, you can't help but be gassed after that sequence. I think that was the longest rally of the match.
And not just a long rally, a lot of fast transitions.
Yeah. Quality
Exactly.
attacks. Alba upset to Galang. Romero to Cruz.
Oh, the connection of Romero and Cruz can also be deadly on the side of the Foxies. Cruz, one of the efficient attackers also.
Alba upset. Tubu tried to save.
Soft touch from Abby Maraño works for them.
9:75. Now serving Ara Gana.
4-point lead for F2 here in set number 3. Good serve by Galang. Chance for F2 to set up the play. De La Cruz. Bertolano able to up it. Maraño. Lazo diving. Santiago sending it out.
Kate Santiago wanted to spin that ball in. Just too much power for her.
Substitution for Farm Fresh, number 4 Santiago out, number 16 Justine Gorogue. 10 serving 5.
This is the biggest lead of F2 in the match. They have never led by as many as 6. As 5 and now at 6 for F2 against Farm Fresh. And they are looking to pull away here.
It has been the service of the F2 Logistics really challenging the first ball of the Foxies.
Alba goes to De La Cruz. Right on the line. And the timeout will be called by Coach Jerry.
Hard serve na sila eh. Hard serve na. Isa lang ah. First ball, walang mangyayari pa to. Tayo ng first ball.
One pass.
Tsagayin natin, wala pa 25.
We didn't hear a lot from the timeout, but Romero saying, tsagain natin.
Kanina yung second set gumana yung silent treatment eh, di ba? You saw the response of Farm Fresh after the timeout by Coach Jerry as we visit our spotlight for this match, Trisha Tubu and Ivy Lacsina.
Trisha Tubo already with 14 attack points. Meanwhile, Ivy Lacsina with 9. Again, both players leading scorers overall in this conference for their respective squads.
Tubu with 16 points in total, 12 for Lacsina in this game. The 1-2, Katindig with a dive. De La Cruz, yes!
Clearly, it has been F2 Logistics controlling the set.
And we reach this technical timeout, F2 with a comfortable 8-point lead.
Welcome back. You're still watching this game between the F2 Logistics and the Farm Fresh Foxies. It is now in set 3. But in the meantime, let's find out what Ira Galang has to say about being teammates with Kim Fajardo.
Masaya ka ba na hanggang ngayon teammates pa tayo? Dali naman ito. Siyempre naman. Sino ba naman di gusto ng ka-teammate si Kaf, di ba? Oh. Papahirapan ko pa sarili ko. Siyempre masaya.
I saw Ira Galang speak her mind. She loves being teammates with Kim Fajardo, that's for sure. We got that on tape, on record.
Still serving for F2 Logistics, Ira Galang.
Although you've yet to see CAF see action in this match. And I'm sure she's not complaining because her team is up by 8 points.
Alba also doing a great job in terms of playmaking, but this time read well with that 1-2 play.
They needed that point here in the third set.
6-13.
Tony took that technical timeout for them to restart. Remember, Farm Fresh had that 8-1 run in the end of set 2. Can they do another one? That is outside, back-to-back points for the Foxies.
No, but what also helped the Foxies in that set was the 11 errors of F2 Logistics. So F2 here also need to be careful.
Right. Alba goes to Maraño.
A really clean attack there from Abby Maraño. Great setup from Mars Alba. Maraño angling that perfectly, avoiding the blockers.
That was a sharp attack from Abby Maraño. It's back up to 7. Arce sets up De La Cruz. Romero looks ahead but goes back to Tubu. And it's wide. But they will challenge that one.
Romero looking for her go-to player, their leading scorer, Trisha Tubu. Oh, we saw Trisha Tubu looking at Coach Jerry saying that it was actually inside.
Oh, no. She was pretty sure as we listened first to... Gusto ko sana manig a few words ni Coach Jerry pero di natin naabutan. Let's see, ball in or out. Looks like it will drop right in. On the line para kay Trisha Tubu.
Trisha Tubu showing great urgency there. Asking the coaching staff to call that challenge.
They're down by 6. Alba inangat kay Arce. This time goes to De La Cruz. Blocked.
A better net defense this time on the side of the Foxies. Tagsip and Tubu teaming up to get that block in against Jelena De La Cruz.
5-point game. Good serve by Romero. But then Laxina able to get that one through.
Foxies already gaining their momentum there, but Ivy Laxina getting that point in. As you saw Dina Wong on your screens earlier.
Tagsip. Wide. Katindig with the good read.
Tagsip has the right thing in mind, going for that long tip. Too much power for her.
So after cutting the lead down to 5, F2 responds against Farm Fresh. And down it goes for Trisha Tubu.
A great play from Louis Romero there. Tagsip also convincing in that approach, giving Tubu a lot of space.
They need more of that. I know she's already done a lot, 18 points, but kailangan pa ng Farm Fresh.
Exactly.
Galang from the back. Romero goes to Bertolano. Alba chooses Ivy. And Laksina, that's outside.
Laksina trying to go down the line there.
A key here for Farm Fresh is to not exchange points. They need to go on a run. Lazo with a save. Tubo goes up. Laksina. Sharp attack.
No, but Ivy Laksina here making up for that error earlier. Trying to go down the line. This time trying to go cross court to using that length. Taking advantage of her length to get that point.
(17-11). Tubu able to recover. Way flat was Ivy Laksina.
Tough set there also from Aragalang. Missed contact on the side of Laksina.
Alba sets up the play. Here comes Tubu. Dug up by Alba. They go back to Trisha, and she scores this time.
No, Trisha Tubu is not just a power hitter, but she's starting to be a smart attacker as well. She was dug well with a cross-court attack, this time using the hands of Aragalang to get that point.
Ooh. Unfortunate for Tagsip. Not the time to commit those errors.
Exactly, they were already starting to gain some momentum, especially with Trisha Tubu in the front row right now.
That's only their first service error here in this set. Too long for Tubu. Well, looks like Farm Fresh will challenge, asking for a block touch.
But Trisha Tubu was saying there weren't any. Oh, but they can use this as a chance to talk and regroup.
Nagamit na yung timeout kanina ni Coach Jerry.
But let's see, they might get some luck here.
That's way over for Trisha Tubu, so unsuccessful challenge for Farm Fresh.
The challenge is unsuccessful. Farm Fresh still has one more challenge remaining in this set.
Back to a 6-point advantage for F2. Cruz able to get a point for Farm Fresh.
A great set there from Louis Romero. Underpass. Great connection.
Couple of low balls. Laksina towering. Cruz on the return. Maraño. Chance for Farm Fresh. Bertolano. Again, that's outside.
Oh, Bertolano trying to go for the hands of the blockers. Just too much angle for her. Really, the errors of the Foxys hurting them in this set.
14 points for Ivy Laksina. Better performance this time compared to her last game where she only scored 8. Romero Goes back to Bertolano. And that drops for Farm Fresh.
Now Romero, great presence of mind there. 2 blockers with Cruz earlier, setting up Bertolano with only 1 blocker there. Oh, Bertolano didn't use a lot of power in that attack.
15 serving 20. Galang. That drops for Aragalang.
Aragalang taking advantage of the smaller setter Romero. Take advantage of that gap as well.
Joy Dacoron will see action for the first time as she replaces Abby Maraño. Tubo from the back. And Dacoron, instant impact off the bench.
Mars Alba also showing that she has confidence on Joy Dacoron there. Great angle to get that point in.
Dacoron contributed 4 points in that last game against Petrogas where she started. Galang gives up a free point, but they can afford that.
16-22.
Aragalang trying to go for a hard serve there. Just too much power for her.
(16-22). Alba goes to De La Cruz. Romero goes to Santiago, has been relatively quiet as of late.
Kate Santiago now on the court. Again, Kate Santiago has been that big support for Trisha Tubo in terms of scoring.
Yeah, that was her first point palang of set number 3. After scoring 11 in the past 2. Or she might have hurt her finger there, holding on to it. Straight to Galang. They go back to Santiago, the tip. Still alive. Romero goes quick, and Tagsip scores.
Well, despite those exchanges, Foxy's looking really well organized.
And Kate Santiago signaling for her hand to be taped up.
A great play there by Romero to Tagsip. Tagsip targeting the perfect goal. No one there on the side of F2.
Okay? Discard ka. Hindi pwede kang follow mo sa same number. May din mo yung mag-block mo. Pwede mo na-mobilize. Understand? Isang pasa lang, isang patay. Ang bagal natin magputo. Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! F2!
The timeout was clearly to cut the momentum of the Foxies as they were in an 8-1 run towards an end stretch of second set.
As we take a look at Mr. Ricky Palou of Sports Vision. That is outside for Ivy Laxina. The biggest lead of F2 a while ago was at 8 points. And if this stands, Farm Fresh will be able to cut it down to just 3.
And they were able to do that also in the second set. No, by a little help from the F2 Logistics.
Balik sa pattern. Anong mangyayari? Pasa. Cover. Balik ulit. Cover. Balik ulit. Kailangan masipag. Hindi sa atin yung mamatay.
That is definitely outside.
No, definitely the challenge was for Coach Regine Diego to talk to her players.
19-22.
And Farm Fresh creeping in. 3 points na lang ang hinahabol. De La Cruz. Cruz was there. Chance again for F2, outside for Galang.
Oh, the errors of F2 Logistics giving Foxys here some life and some confidence.
This is what you were saying, Aiel, diba? Aside from the attacks of Farm Fresh, F2 has to be careful of their own mistakes.
Right now, it's just a 2-point game.
11 unforced errors in second set for F2, but Farm Fresh also had some of their own.
And the crucial one there,
23, serving 20.
service error from Cruz.
That puts F2 just 2 points away from taking set number 3. Tit for tat, naibalik lang yung service error ni Abby Maranyo.
It looked like a sharp serve, but great decision from Kay Lazo to let that go.
De La Cruz, Bertolano unable to get a save properly. And F2 reaches set point.
A great effort from Bertolano, but De La Cruz, a lot of power in that attack.
So they had to work hard to reach this point. Can they finish off? Wide for Alba and a sigh of relief for Bertolano. At tatawag ulit ng challenge F2 Logistics. You can see Coach Reg huddling up her players.
No, but Bertolano looked confident that it was out. As you mentioned, a sigh of relief
Hindi
on
siya,
her end.
hindi siya humihingi bago mag-drop yung bola eh.
Over after. Ito lang. Kung mablakan ka, o di depensa tayo. Di ba? Madepensahan ka, o di block tayo. Hindi pa yung huminto. Kaysa ina-outside ko, ano ba yung iwas? Saka lang. Ayan, hindi lang ito. Go, wala. Let's go! Let's go! Go!
That one is outside.
So we heard Coach Eugene saying to challenge the blockers. Don Macandili Katindig also saying to avoid dropping the ball.
We've been in this similar situation in set number 1. Tubu saves it. Bertolano. Ivy. Outside again for Laxina, and Farm Fresh down by just 1 point.
A couple of attack errors already from F2 Logistics, giving free points to the Foxies.
Can the Foxies repeat of an extension? F2 unable to finish just yet. Can this be it? Laxina, Bertolano. Oh, unfortunate for Farm Fresh.
Oh, great reaction from Bertolano to defend that ball, but the trajectory, the direction of the ball was difficult for her teammates to get that second touch.
And the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers hold on to that set 3 win after a scare of a comeback from the Foxies. They take that one 25-23. We'll give you set 4 when we return. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app. Available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos. Set number 3 almost went to another extension with the Farm Fresh almost making a comeback, but F2, they had enough lead, no? Ayel, nakapag may puhunan kumbaga. So they were able to afford those errors. But then, of course, Coach Reg, may mga lessons na binigay towards the end of that set.
Exactly, because F2 started strong in that third set, but Foxy's found confidence and consistency towards the end stretch with some help also with the errors of the F2 logistics. But again, you mentioned it, nakaipon na sila ng points with the help also of the great playmaking of Mars Alba, Ivy Lacsina, a couple of clean hits in that set also. As we see a better offensive outing here on the side of the Foxies with 12 against the 14 of the Cargo Movers. Both teams doing well with their blocking, a lot of soft touches. 2 blocks for Farm Fresh, 1 for F2 Logistics. But again, it has been the service really of the F2 Logistics that has helped them a lot to gain momentum in the third set. Both teams also with a lot of errors relatively, 9 for F2, 7 for the Foxies.
Yeah, a closer set in terms of the numbers. Kanina kita mo yung disparity na medyo malaking agwat in the attacking department, in the opponent's errors. But this time around, that set could have been anyone's. But you mentioned how F2 was able to mount that 8-point lead early on. And it was tough for Farm Fresh to complete that comeback. So we begin set number 4 inside the PhilSports Arena in Pasig. We thank you all for joining us on Pilipinas Live, One Sports and One Sports Plus. Dip Bianco with Ayel Estranero and Sam Corrales, your broadcast team for this match. Meron pa tayong isa after this. So stay tuned for Signal and Jerflor. But right now, we are being treated to an exciting match. Farm Fresh looking for their first win of the Premier Volleyball League, not just this conference, by the way. And Lacsina draws first blood.
So both teams again showing great defense, but great decision from Ivy Lacsina to go down the line there, just spinning that ball in. Caught Santiago off guard in the defense pattern.
Alba with a good serve. Mars goes to Jolina. And De La Cruz gets the point. As we send this to Sam Corrales for this report. Sam?
Coach Reg told me that this is a very important game for F2, so they will not get at any point. She also said that all teams are out to get them because they are at the bottom of the ranking. So it's up to F2 to pick it up and end this game with a bounce-back victory.
Thank you, Sam, for that report. F2 again. They had those back-to-back wins before losing to Petrogaz. But they knew coming in what this matchup meant. Farm Fresh, despite not having any win, is not an easy opponent.
Farm Fresh is really a team who knows how to challenge their opponents, as they've proven that all in their previous games.
As we send this back to Sam Corrales for this report. Sam?
Dip and Ayel, I want to pick it up from where I left off. I was first talking about Coach Reg and F2. Now I want to go to the other side and talk about Shia Ildefonso. Now she has been playing steady for her team in the past 2 games, and she told me that she is also working on defense in her position. Now, as we kept saying earlier in the coverage, it all starts with a good receive to get the offense going. This report is brought to you by the Pilipinas Live app. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos a month. Back to you, Dip and Ayel.
Thank you, Sam, for that report. No, for the side of Farm Fresh, they have a lot of young players who we can say we didn't see a lot of them back in their collegiate years, but may mga ganun eh. Ayel, they shine here in the professional league.
And PL Defonso definitely one of those players who's starting to show great potential here in the pro ranks.
Yeah, and there's a reason why they're part of the lineup. They only need the opportunity to be able to show what they've got.
And talking about opportunity also, as you see PL Defonso on your screens, but Bertolano also stepping up big today for the Foxies.
She's got 8. Laxina in between Romero and Santiago.
Well, Ivy Laxina going cross-court that time. Laxina showing a lot of variety also in her attacks. And showing that she's already comfortable in that position as an opposite attacker.
Good serve for Arce. She's been decent there. But the response from Elisa Bertolano on that off-speed.
Outsmarting the defense of F2 Logistics there. Off-speed works for Bertolano.
Good serve. But Romero unable to take advantage. They go to the running Cruz.
Not the usual angle of Cruz. Usually goes cross-court, but this time goes down the line. No, Makandili Katindig not ready for that.
Laxina tried to go cross-court and it works.
A sharper cross-court this time for Ivy Laxina. No one there on the side of the Foxies.
Serving for F2, Ivy Laxina.
Laxina heads to the service line, 5-all. Oh, short for Laxina.
Tighter start here in the fourth set.
Bertolano with a serve. Alba goes to Galang. Santiago. Alba goes back to Ara. And down it goes for Ara Galang.
Well, Ara Galang also has been consistent in terms of scoring and passing in this game. 9 points for her. Talking about Ara Galang.
That one from her 7 attack points and 2 aces from the number 3 server in the league, Tubu. That is outside. And lead swings to F2.
7-6.
Oh, Trisha Tubu is really getting most of the touches here in this game.
Romero goes back to Santiago. Good play, but better defense for F2. Romero goes to Cruz. That one is outside and a good read for Bertolano.
A great decision for Bertolano to let that go.
Dalawang beses na siya nakakahinga, no, dahil sa mga last second ditch effort niya. Seven all. Alba.
Ooh.
Nobody there for F2.
The point goes to Farm Fresh.
And Maraño and Laxina colliding.
And a miscue there between Maraño and Alba as well.
So balik sa Foxies ang lamang, 8-7 here in the fourth set rather. Alba upset to the running Maraño. Cruz keeps it up. Santiago does the same. Goes back up for the attack. And that is a point for Farm Fresh. Alba tried to save it, but it did not go in between the antennas.
9-7.
A great decision for Santiago to use the hands of the blocker in that last sequence.
Good serve. Romero goes middle. Alba to De La Cruz. That drops for Jolina De La Cruz.
And Jolina De La Cruz takes advantage of a smaller blocker there in Romero.
She is really growing to be one of the main gunners for F2, especially now, Aiel, no, dahil nga they're lacking a couple of players. She is tasked to be possibly the main option pa nga for F2.
Oh, exactly, and you know, she's not backing down. She's really trying to lead F2 here, especially in scoring.
She and Ivy Laxina have 18 points. But Farmfresh able to respond with another point.
Tagsip challenging the blocking of Ethan Arce.
Santiago unable to put it away, but it's back with Farmfresh. Tubu breaks down the single block of Arce.
No, Arce was there, but too powerful. She could not contain that attack from Trisha Tubu. Great combination play.
And guess what? That is her 20th point.
Not surprised.
That is your #1 scorer in this all-Filipino conference.
No, Romero and the Foxies has really relied on her a lot. No, heavily in terms of scoring.
She averages 16.9 markers per game for Farmfresh.
And every time they get that good first ball, they give Romero the chance to set up the middles, and it works for them here.
Two-point lead for Farmfresh. Laxina, just enough to get a point.
And that off timing of Laxina worked so well for them.
Yeah, we've been seeing back and forth, but no team really getting control. What will it take for either team to make a cushion here in the 4th set?
You know, it's been really hard for both teams because both teams also really playing well defensively. So they have to find a way to outsmart the floor defense of each other, as Ethan Arce finally gets that kill block against Trisha Tubu.
And she is having a nice outing here, her 7th point of the match. Second kill block. Tubu, straight to Alba. Katindig upset to Laxina. Medyo masikip on the part of F2. Players scrambling. Ball is playable. Alba goes to Galang. Romero for the pickup. Oh, sumobra yung pag-set up ni Lazo kay Tubu. And F2 gets to the 13-point mark and this technical timeout. Back inside the Phil Sports Arena in Pasig for the continuation of the PVL second All-Filipino Conference. Farm Fresh's setter Louie Romero with 16 excellent sets in this match so far.
Louie Romero doing great playmaking so far in this game. They're not getting a lot of great first balls, but Louie Romero still finding ways to set up her attackers well.
And she had 23 excellent sets against Signal in their last outing. So we know what she is capable of. Meanwhile, De La Cruz, 16 attacks, 1 block, 1 ace. A lot of top scorers here in this match, Aiel, for let's visit F2's leading scorers first. Lacsina has 19, De La Cruz has 18, and Galang right behind them with 9. Meanwhile, for Farm Fresh, Tubu leading the way with 20. Santiago has 13 and Bertolano has 9 too.
Oh, for both teams, it has really been their wing attackers putting in the points. But Bertolano here, another attack error.
You can't run out of patience if you're Farm Fresh. You mentioned, Aiel, how the rallies have been long because of the good defense.
And the good defense also, not just floor defense, the net defense forcing each team to actually commit that attack error.
Romero goes back to Tubu. Goes cross court this time and it drops.
Really sharp cross court there from Trisha Tubu. Avoiding the blockers, targeting that zone. Clean attack for her.
One-point game. Alba goes to Arce. This time switches to Lacsina. And that is a point for Ivy Lacsina.
Ivy Lacsina with her own version of a sharp cross-court attack. Trisha Tubu was there, but too much power for her to contain.
20 points as well for Ivy Lacsina. She and Trisha Tubu going at it in this match. Sharp serve, Tubu again. Roofed by Galang, but Romero for the coverage. Miscalculated by Arce. Chance for the Foxies. Here comes Bertolano. Yes!
A great set there from Romero. Only one blocker for Bertolano there. A lot of space for that cross-court attack. Targeting zone 6 there.
Alba upset to Lacsina again. That's long.
Lacsina trying to attack on top of the blockers. Lacked action in that last sequence.
Another deadlock. 15 all here in set number 4. Alba pinuntahan si Galang. Outside.
Galang has been consistent in that cross-court attack.
16 serving 15. Serving for the Cargo Movers, Ivy Lacsina.
A lot of change of momentum here. A lot of great exchanges as well.
Yeah. Cruz. Twice now she's gone to that target.
And Risa Cruz, that's her specialty, that running attack.
Now serving for Farm Fresh, Alexa Bertolano.
Alba goes to Galang. What a hit for Ara Galang.
Oh, credit half that point to that steady first ball of Don Makandili Katindig. And great decision for Ara Galang. Recognized that that zone 1. It's a big hole in the defense pattern of the Foxies.
May kasama pang look away and walk off. Dug up by Galang, and De La Cruz scores off the block.
Oh, De La Cruz The great explosive approach there. Again, she's been really using Romero to get her points in.
Farm Fresh calls for time.
Napadaan kay Luya. Huwag na lang sa check pag gano'n. Ready lang. Ayan. Fresh tayo. Dalawa, 2-1 lang tayo.
Oh, we heard Coach Jerry there in the start of the timeout saying, hanap ka din ng butas, hindi puro power. Referring to Trisha Tubu.
Sino pang narinig mo? Si may mga saying si Eliza Bertolano eh, no?
Yung side comments.
Kaya pa daw nila because Farm Fresh sila eh. Kailangan nila ipakita yun here and that's exactly what they need to do here in the 4th set.
17 serving 18.
And that running attack has been very effective on the side of the Foxies.
17-18. Steady receive. Maranyo had to extend. Romero goes to Santiago. Kate breaks the block. And we are tied at 18 all.
Kate Santiago well guarded in that attack, but still found a way to score a point.
Alba goes to De La Cruz. And there's a net violation.
And again, De La Cruz keeps on going to Romero to get her points.
Oh, that one hitting the antenna rather. So a 1-point lead for F2. Santiago again. Goes back up. And point is awarded to the Foxies.
You have a challenge from F2 Logistics.
No, Ethan Arce was called with a net touch violation, but F2 Logistics challenging that.
It's been a natural reflex for F2 to call for challenges, especially when they feel like the momentum can quickly shift. That's a good way to break the ice.
Exactly. Now, every time the Foxies start to gain momentum, we see F2 Logistics calling for a challenge or calling for a timeout.
Net touch is what they're asking for. And that is Arce. So unsuccessful for F2. Tabla tayo at 19 all. Good serve by Romero. De La Cruz. Eliza was there for the pickup. Tubu elevating and just putting it away.
Elevating and beating the blockers there.
Elevating pa ba yan? Parang levitating. Lumulutang eh. Look at that.
Trisha Tubu with the height and length.
Some of the cargo movers on your screens. KKD, Fernandez, CJ Sakau. And a 1-point lead for Farm Fresh. Nalunod si Ethan Arce.
And you know, F2 would commit most of their errors towards the end stretch of the set. As we see Majoy Baron on the court right now.
Seeing action for the first time. And De La Cruz, that is her 21st point of the match.
Jolina De La Cruz has been that steady and reliable attackers.
Can Majoy Baron make an impact? Tubu, denied.
Oh, Majoy Baron, instant impact for her. In the previous sequence where Jolina scored a point, she was able to get the blockers in, and this time a kill block for her.
Exactly why she was sent in by Coach Regine Diego. Majoy Baron tying this game up. This time De La Cruz. Free ball for F2. Alba goes to De La Cruz. Again, she scores. And F2 overtakes.
And it has been Jolina De La Cruz for the F2 Logistics. I talked about her in the pre-game, and clearly she has been leading F2 Logistics.
Oh, Tubu with a response.
No, but if Jolina De La Cruz leads F2 Logistics, you have Trisha Tubo on the side of the Foxies.
Maubos na yung space dito sa stats natin. Because Tubu now has 23 points. Alba goes to De La Cruz. Lazo bumps into Tubu. Galang able to reach it. It's back with the black shirts. Bertolano with the approach. Mars to Ivy. Tubo on the attack. Yes!
A great transition there from the Foxies. Great defense from Bertolano and Romero choosing Tubu again.
Trisha Tubu keeping Farm Fresh alive. Alba, the one-hand set, the push by Baron does not work. And Tubu, too good for the Foxies.
Trisha Tubu unstoppable in this game.
And just like that, Farm Fresh at set point. Alba, back set, De La Cruz. That is a point as F2 saves. One set point here in the fourth set.
Oh, De La Cruz really has been the lifeline of F2 Logistics.
23 points, leading the charge for F2. Romero to Tubu for the finish. And we are going to set 5.
Trisha Tubu, the scoring machine of the Farm Fresh Foxies, extending this game into 5 sets. Now a chance here for the Foxies to get their first win.
Just as how the fans wanted it, a 5th setter on your Tuesday triple header. Nothing better than this, but challenge pa ata. Is there a challenge? Oh no. So we go to the 5th set. We will give you the final one after this break. New streaming experiences also await via the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for only 149 pesos. We were talking about it off air, Aiel. It didn't seem like this was gonna go to a fifth setter the way it was, but Trisha Tubu making sure that we go to an extension.
No, exactly, because in most of the sets, it was really F2 Logistics starting strong, taking control of the set. So, but then the Foxies would come from behind. They're really getting the momentum and confidence in towards the end stretch of the game. Again, it has been Trisha Tubu for the Foxies, but in that set, she also got a lot of help from Cruz and all the other wing attackers. But for the F2 Logistics, again, they have to really look into their errors as they commit a lot towards the end stretch of the game. And again, both teams really doing well in terms of attacking. Not a lot of difference. 18 for Foxies, 17 for the Cargo Movers. The blocking and the service is one thing that's also lacking in the side of F2 Logistics, as well as on the Foxies. None for them in both departments.
Moments away from set number 5. Farm Fresh Foxies in their first 3 matches here in the second All-Filipino Conference lost in straight sets. The last 3 games prior to this, they were able to get a set. This is their first 5-setter in this conference. Meanwhile, for F2, if we go back to their very first match against the Akari Chargers, they lost that one in 5 sets. And they have a chance to get back from that loss. We welcome you all to set number 5 here on Pilipinas Live, One Sports and One Sports Plus. Dip Dipianco, Aiel Estraniero, and Sam Corrales bringing you the match. Return to sender. And 2 quick points for the Cargo Movers.
No, momentum is going to be very important for both teams here. They have to stay consistent from start to finish because no, we're only until 15 points in the 5th set.
Tubu. De La Cruz. Gets the rebound. Here comes Lazo. The bump to Trisha again. Santiago roofed by Ivy Laxina.
Well, so far it has been the net defense of F2 Logistics in the start of the 5th set, really guarding Santiago. Oh, you can't challenge the #1 blocker in the team in the conference so far.
As we hear this report from Sam Corrales. Sam?
The Farm Fresh Foxies are on the verge of getting their first win, not giving up on this game against F2. So back in the huddle before this set 5 started, Captain Louie Romero talked to her teammates before this set. And sabi niya, paangat tayo. She was doing hand signs na magkadikit talaga ang laro. Sabi naman ni Pia, tapang lang. So let's see if they can finally finish strong in the end game versus F2 as we check in on this timeout.
Ayos yung block. Anong gagawin natin? Pa-power niyo pa rin. Pwedeng sumilip. Diba? Bago matake. Kalma kayo eh.
Relax lang. 1, 2, 3!
Coach Jerry Yee asking for more variety in the attacks of his players, especially when the blocking formation is well established.
And this is the perfect start for F2 here in set number 5, Aiel.
Oh, but Trisha Tubu responding well with that instructions and timeout of Coach Jerry Yee. Didn't force a power hit, just tipping that ball in.
De La Cruz. Romero goes to Tubu. Alba chooses Ivy. That is inside for Ivy Laxina.
No, Bertolano letting that go, that cross-court attack from Laxina, but Foxies are gonna challenge that.
Ball in, ball out.
A strong start here from F2 Logistics.
Pagdating sa set 5, Aiel, yung 4-point lead, malaki na yan eh.
Exactly.
That's definitely inside for Ivy Lacsina, just finding the line.
A lot of speed also in that attack. Bertolano didn't have enough time to think it over.
5-1 here in set 5. Romero goes back to Tubu.
A great first ball from Lazo. And Romero continues to go to Trisha Tubu. No, really taking advantage while Trisha Tubu is still on the front row.
That is Tubu's 28th point.
Probably her career high here in the PVL.
Good serve, Alba. Had to bend. Tubu again. That is outside.
No, but a better blocking formation this time from F2 forced Trisha Tubu to commit that error.
Substitution for F2 Logistics. Number 10, ball out. Number 7, Shola Alvarez in. 6-2.
Shola Alvarez checking in to serve for F2. Six to 2 is the score. Romero goes back to Trisha. Napumuporsyento na talaga kay Tubu itong si Louie Romero.
Really not giving up of setting up Trisha Tubu. Making up for that error earlier.
Lacsina, straight to Romero. Here comes Bertolano. Tried to angle that one. Ivy again. Louie goes back to Eliza. Straight to Alvarez. Lacsina on her third attempt. And third time's the charm for Ivy Lacsina.
A dominant down the line attack for Ivy Lacsina. Great dig from Alvarez there. Great control from Alba.
Hindi rin naman lumalayo si Ivy Lacsina. She has 25 points.
Again, we've talked about these two players, Ivy Lacsina and Trisha Tubu.
Seven serving 3. And an ace for Ivy Lacsina.
Back-to-back points for Ivy Lacsina. A much-needed ace there.
Second ace of the match. And she continues to add to the points of F2. Better receive this time. Cruz on the runner. And that one with the help of the net.
Great defense from Lacsina. And then La Cruz from the back row. You mentioned it, Dip. Great help from the net, disrupting the timing of the floor defense of the Foxies.
If you are performing that well at may kasama pang swerte, that it will be hard to stop De La Cruz. That one, her 25th point. Bertolano, straight to Katindig. Galang goes up. Cruz. Alba was there. She goes for the spike. But wide.
Alba had a great thing in mind, going down the line, going for the corner hit. Too much angle for her.
5-point lead for F2. Alba goes to Maranyo, nabitin.
A missed hit there from Abby Maranyo. Back-to-back errors on the side of F2 Logistics.
Again, yung errors, no? They have to be
careful because the Foxes really take advantage of this. They gain a lot of confidence as well.
Joust. It's with the side of the Foxies, but it's back with F2. Alba chooses Galang. Denied. But it's outside. Tatawag ng challenge ang Farm Fresh Foxies.
Louie Romero asking for a challenge right away.
Ang dami nating error sa gigil. Ha?
Tsaga lang, tsaga.
Huli natin.
All-important challenge here for the Farm Fresh Foxies. They can't afford to be behind big.
But clearly,
The challenge is unsuccessful. Farm Fresh has
lock
no
touch
challenge
works
remaining.
for the F2 Logistics. Unsuccessful challenge on the side of the Foxies.
Serving Aragala.
Santiago. De La Cruz.
De La Cruz attacking on top of the blockers, going to zone 6. No one there on the side of the Foxies.
And an ace for Aragalang.
You know, the net has been that good friend of the F2 Logistics in this 5th set.
Best friend, no? Here in set number 5. BFF.
Really playing with the timing of the Foxies.
And the lead is up to 7 for F2. Cruz able to get that point for Farm Fresh.
Now some activation in the middle this time for the Foxies. Trisha Tubu will definitely need the help of her teammates in terms of scoring.
This will be a long climb for Farm Fresh. They're down by 6. F2 only needs 3 points. Make that 2 to win the match.
Oh, but a very crucial error there from Cruz.
Re-entering the game for F2 Logistics, number 10,
F2 in a very comfortable position right now.
Does Farm Fresh have enough gas left on their tank? They were able to get that 8-1 run a while ago. But in this situation, it's tougher that you're playing on the last set already.
Exactly, but F2 here giving them some chance.
Alba to De La Cruz. Popped up by Lazo. F2 again, De La Cruz. And F2 is now at match point.
Trisha Tubo on the right spot, but Jolina De La Cruz has been consistent and efficient on the side of F2 Logistics.
27 points for Jolina De La Cruz. Alba serving for the match. Here comes F2 to finish it off. Not just yet. Tubu getting one for Farm Fresh.
Oh, but Farm Fresh needs to play perfect volleyball at this point. F2 at match point right now.
That was Trisha Tubu scoring her 30th point, her career high, previously at 24. But Ivy Laxina spoiling that one and getting the win for the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers.
A great combination play there from Mars Alba. Joy Baron convincing in that approach, leaving only one blocker for Ivy Laxina. A lot of space to get that dominant attack and dominant win in the 5th set.
F2 Logistics going up to 3-2 after this 5-set grind. It was not easy, Aiel, for the Cargo Movers. Relive this game and all PVL games anytime, anywhere on the Pilipinas Live app, available for Filipinos everywhere. Download and subscribe now for 149 pesos. A classic. Farm Fresh on the verge of getting their first win as a franchise here in the Premier Volleyball League. But F2 spoiling that one, and also Tubu's career night with 30 points. Laxina and De La Cruz combining for 54 points.
But you know, we've talked about this girl in the pregame. Jolina De La Cruz has been that leader offensively and defensively for the F2 Logistics. 27 points for her, 10 excellent digs and 10 excellent receptions. An all-around game for Jolina De La Cruz. Definitely carrying the load, stepping up big for the F2 Logistics.
What a performance for Jolina De La Cruz, only on her second conference here in the Premier Volleyball League, and with her team, the F2 Logistics Cargo Movers. A lot. Her teammates definitely happy for her and what she has done in this match. And that does it for our second game here inside the Phil Sports Arena. But action continues as we still have the Galleries Tower High Risers against the Signal HE Spikers up next. On behalf of my partner Aiel Estraniero, our courtside reporter Sam Corrales, this is Dip Dipianco saying thank you for watching the Premier Volleyball League second All-Filipino Conference.
Pa talaga nalalabas yung laro ko. Sa team ko naman, mabibigay kong grade would be kailangan pa namin magkapaan para din ma-push yung isa't isa at malabas yung laro talaga. Okay na yon?